Here's a brass bib tap, the sort of brass bib tap you find in your garden with a double check valve inside it. And here's a simple battery powered timer. Both have 3/4 inch threads, so they marry up nicely. When you do them up firmly, the internal rubber washer will compress and form a seal, so that stops any leakage going down through the timer. Do it up firmly and it should be nice. Now on the output side, you can fit a pressure regulator. Not everyone needs a pressure regulator, but anybody who has high water pressure and has issues with fittings blowing off, they are a useful device. To fit them, just simply use some PTFE tape wrapped around the male thread of the timer, maybe 3 wraps round in that direction. And the pressure regulator, in order to put it onto that thread, you need to take the cone and the spring away, offer up the female thread, don't cross thread it, just do it up firmly onto the PTFE. There up reasonably firmly, that will form a seal. Then reassemble the pressure regulator, spring in, hold it in place, rotate it in a clockwise direction, do it up firmly. There we go. That's the job done. So tap, timer, pressure regulator, and the male thread. The male thread is exactly the same on the timer, so whatever you've had on the timer, you can fit to the pressure regulator, whether it's a hose nap fitting or a compression fitting like this one. This one, which is a 20mm compression fitting, once again, you can either tape it onto the male thread, or alternatively, you can also put a flat washer in the body of the compression fitting, seat it down in there, and then do it up tight onto the male thread. And when that tightens onto the internal washer, that should seal. Now inside that fitting is an O-ring which you lubricate. You assemble the other parts of the compression fitting onto the supply pipe, push it up to the O-ring, give it a wiggle, and then bang, straight it goes in. Do up the blue ring, a really nice, really firm, professional, leak-free connection. And this works well for both 16mm and 20mm polytube supply pipe, and with your hose pipe, just use hose nap fittings.